right, so hey, I'm back on Jobber Radio, baby. Sorry that I have not been a part of a lot of stuff on Jobber Radio. Just chaos over on the Reckless Eating channel that I run. So I'd like to basically give my thoughts on Raw 25 since I'm not going to be taking part in the next podcast on it. But good luck to the gents on that. I really wanted to be a part of it, but I can't make it work because we are filming the main show. But Raw 25 overall, not good. Not good. And this is strange too because this is one of the few shows where I had no hype going into it because I figured it would just be the normal WWE nostalgia run, like nostalgia trip show. But then they kicked it off with what was an excellent opening segment with the McMahons and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was phenomenal. I mean, it was great. Like, everything about it just worked. It was fun. I loved how they tried to give Vince the plaque. And he basically just went into like old school Vince McMahon mode. The moment he did that, by the way, I was like, Stone Cold's coming out. I mean, like, come on now. He was already advertised for the show anyway, but I was like, you know, it was fun to see McMahon in even in his old age get to play like the old Vince McMahon character. It was a lot of fun. Austin gave a hell of a stunner to Vince. Like, I can't believe Vince can still take that shit at his age. But that was awesome. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is going to be a really, really awesome show. And then they go back, because they're going back and forth between, is it the Manhattan Center? And I don't know where they were opposite, but it was like 8 minutes away at a bigger arena. And they didn't do anything with this original location. This is where Raw, the first episode of Raw originally was filmed. They didn't do anything. I even had fans message me and like send me private messages and say, like, I bought tickets to that. What a ripoff, though. We just watched the TV screen for like 90% of it. Basically, they got Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy, and they got the Revival versus the Club. Whoa. Oh, don't give me too much. And a bunch of cruiserweight matches that weren't televised. Like, oh man, WWE. The whole show should have taken place at the Manhattan Center, at this location. The whole show. There shouldn't have been two shows. That was such a money grab on the part of WWE. It would have been so cool to just see everything in the original place, and that's it. But other things on the show that I liked. I really liked Roman Reigns versus The Miz. I liked the booking behind it. You know what's hilarious is, Miz doesn't, like, when you stack him up against Roman Reigns, he doesn't look like he has a chance. And even though they threw the Miz-Taraj at Roman Reigns, and they threw, like, you know, every cheating, like, thing that the Miz could do, this is the first time where I felt like Miz looked like a main event guy. Miz looked like he came out there and he was on the level of Roman Reigns. I don't know what it was about him. He had a bit of confidence that he doesn't normally have, I think. Maybe that was it. But he came off to me like he is a main event player, and I've been saying it for a couple of years now. Dude, push the Miz in the main event. Give him the title, give him a chance. Because he's basically made the IC title awesome. I mean, you know, the pun intended. He has made the IC title great, and every time that they take it away from him, give it to somebody else, it's not as good. Like, it goes down in value. That's because he's so good at what he does. But Roman and The Miz was great. I'm happy that The Miz won the IC title back, and I hope that he keeps it for a while, because fuck it. I mean, they don't know how to give the IC title to anybody else. It just always gets drowned out or forgotten on anybody else. So, other positive, Jason Jordan, I've completely turned around on. Good for him. I'm glad that he found something that worked. Rant, though. I think it is bullshit. I was seeing people on Twitter and stuff basically say, like, see, if you'd just given him a chance, it would have all worked out. Wow, maybe have a little bit of patience. No, that is bullshit to the umpth degree. They debuted him as Kurt Angle's son as a babyface, and it was so hated, and he was so bad at being a babyface that everybody turned on him, and they booed the shit out of him. And he lucked into this situation. Now, granted, he's taking advantage of the situation he lucked into, but this was not the plan. Don't you go on Twitter and tell me and tell everybody else, oh, wow, if you just had some patience, you'd see WWE knew what they were doing all along. No, they didn't. They had no fucking clue what they were doing. They were just winging it. Like, what? I don't understand the logic behind that at all. But also, I'm interested in seeing where Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins goes. If this is interesting enough, if they can keep this going, I'm cool with seeing them at WrestleMania. I really wanted to see Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, but obviously Dean Ambrose is going to be out for a while. That's a pretty bad injury. Now let's get to things. Other things I liked. I did like them bringing out the general managers, bringing out like the former women's stars and stuff. That was cool to see them. Kelly looks exactly the same. Tori Wilson is so hot, it's ridiculous. Like, how did she get hotter? I don't know. But bad things. The ending was terrible. With Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, and Kane, there is no heat to that match at all. The storyline with Braun Strowman makes no goddamn sense. He was like fired and then brought back by Steph and then like tried to kill Lesnar. What is going on? It just doesn't make sense. I feel like they're making Braun Strowman less cool by the way they're pushing him. I don't know. Again, because he's kind of turned babyface. He's kind of a tweener, but he turned babyface. It just didn't work as much. Other bad things. I am done with nostalgia. I'm done. I'm done with it. It was cool seeing the women come out and the general managers come out, because to me that wasn't really nostalgia as much as I just haven't seen them in a while. But like the usual nostalgia trip of D-Generation X coming out. This is like the 18th time they've all come out together. Why did they bother having Triple H and Hunter come out, or Triple H and HBK come out, and then like bring out the Outlaws, and then bring out X-Pac? It's like, just bring them all out. We've seen them together like 1,000 times in the past 3 years. Like, it's not special anymore. It's not special to see that. Oh, and just inserting this because I completely forgot about it, and I just remembered it right now. The fact that they had a dude who is super over, super fresh in terms of WWE's product, in Matt Hardy's Woken character, and they have him job clean to a dude who couldn't be any more stale and boring and needs something different than Bray Wyatt. Like, nobody is more stale than he is. And the other last thing was, everybody's waiting for Scott Hall's entrance. He comes out to Razor Ramon's theme, and they cut it to break. Right in the middle of it. God damn, man, you can't write. You can't write stuff this bad, and yet they do. Literally, they write it. All right, back to the rant. Undertaker. Easily the worst part of the show. Easily the worst part. What the hell was that? Seriously, what was it? The Solid Monster, he runs a podcast called Solid Monster Sounds Off, pitched an excellent idea where you have The Undertaker open up the show. He comes out to the Manhattan Center, and he's just dressed in normal clothes. He's just Mark Calloway, which is his real name, I believe. And he says the Undertaker character is dead. It's resting in peace. That would have gotten a pop. Said, so I'm done, but there's one more thing that I got to take care of. John Cena, I'm on my way over to where you're at, which they'd have him at the other arena, and said by the end of the show, we're going to face off in the ring. So everybody's like, wait, what? What's going on? And then the main event comes, and Cena and now Mark Calloway are out in the ring, and he says, hey, The Undertaker might be gone, and I might be done wrestling. He's like, but at WrestleMania, I want to fight. He's like, you made fun of me. You basically said that I had a bad hip and that's why Roman beat me. He's like, how about we have one more go at it? He's like, it's not going to be a match. It's going to be a fight at WrestleMania. That would be so interesting. It would be so interesting and different, and even if it failed, at least they'd be trying something new. No, he just came out, Undertaker just came out in a different outfit, his Shredder outfit. I believe he used that when he lost to, was it Lesnar or something? Something similar to it. But he comes out in his usual outfit, just talks. The fans are like chanting one more match, and he's just ignoring them, and he just does his spiel, and he leaves, and that's it. It's over. I don't want The Undertaker back. Let's just make that perfectly clear. I think that the way he went out against Roman was perfectly acceptable, fine, and I don't think he's going to be able to have a better match now that he's the age that he's at. But if they were going to bring him back, because I do think he's going to have a match at WrestleMania, if they were going to bring him back, at least make it interesting. Don't just have him come out and just say some nonsense. I don't know, it just didn't work for me. This whole show was just a giant nostalgia pop that people weren't really popping to. They popped to a few things pretty good, but other stuff, it just felt like I've seen this before. I don't care anymore. And the way they handled that situation with 2 arenas, wow, it was bad. That was really bad. They had, by the way, they had the SmackDown crew there. All of them. All of them were in the building, and they only used a few people, like Styles for a backstage promo. Why didn't they do the Styles promo at the Manhattan Center? Jericho being confronted by Elias. Why wasn't that just taking place at the Manhattan Center? Now, granted, they probably filmed that Jericho-Elias thing like 5 months ago. like, they filmed it probably a few weeks ago. But it's just like, come on. It felt like there was no effort put into this show at all. At all. If I'm forgetting anything, let me know in the comments down below. But what were your thoughts on Raw 25? I'm done with nostalgia. You can't build a future off of nostalgia alone. You have to have the guys that you're currently pushing and make them into stars. Because at the moment, WWE, in my opinion, is basically dead in the water. It's just not working for me. And I know that they did like fantastic ratings for the show, but like that means that a bunch of people saw a shitty show. Like new fans that came back watched a shitty show. I'm like, oh yeah, well this is definitely why I'm not watching. It's just, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts though? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. More content coming on Jobber Radio. I'm planning some stuff out, and we'll see you on the next one.